Hey guys, we're sitting here and I'm going to show you how to fillet a flounder today. It's a nice big flounder caught here in Mayport. If you notice, he's got a big section of meat that comes all the way up here. This is where his belly is. That's nice and flat. So his meat, you'll see his meat line real clear here where it goes down here. But on the top of his head where his eyes are, it comes all the way up almost to here. So you don't want to cut straight here, you want to cut at an angle so you get that whole chunk of meat there. The backside, which a lot of people, surprisingly, I've seen throw this backside away. There's a lot of meat on this backside and it's really good. And I'm actually going to start, I always start on the backside because the fillets are a little bit smaller. And what I do is basically, you see here, this is his lateral line. I'm going to basically make a cut all the way up here by the top of his head and come straight down. And then straight down where his belly is, okay? Then I'm going to come right straight down his lateral line all the way to his tail. And you can push down a little bit because that'll go right to the spine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm using a nice flimsy fillet knife and it's very, very sharp. I'm going to open up this pocket right here and I'm going to push my fillet knife in at an angle, pushing down on these bones, and I'm going to run this fillet right off the fish. Now the fillet will end and you'll get a little bit of the fin in it, which is fine. And you just do that all the way up the fillet, all the way till you get up to the top. And that's a whole fillet there, okay? Now you're going to do the same thing on the front. You're going to come over the backbone. You're going to find that little meat line, push real hard, and you're just going to use those bones to guide your knife down the fillet. Now a lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually flip this fish around if it's more comfortable to do it the other way. And then you just kind of come back up and you get every little last piece of that meat there. And those are the two fillets that come off your white side. Now we're going to turn this over, okay? And the dark side we're going to do the same way. So we're going to come up the gill slot here. And there's a little bone there. You'll feel it. You come right there. And then you basically come straight down the stomach area. Slide it around. Come straight down the center of the fish, right around where the backbone is. Okay? This is a much bigger fillet on the top. I went a little off the backbone there, but that's okay. And you're just going to slide this down and come down this whole nice big meaty fillet. I have to work around the backbone because I missed the backbone just a little bit here, but it's not a problem. We've got some guys that are coming and trying to get some of this nice flounder here. And we'll come down, there's some ribs here, I'm coming around those ribs. And then I'll cut around this fin meat here, which is fine. That's my first top side fillet. My second top side fillet, I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to keep that knife nice and parallel. Come straight out. And I'm pushing down on the knife, keeping it parallel with those ribs so that it just makes a nice even cut. And then I'll just come out the fin meat. Okay, now if you look here, that fish, you can almost see through it. Okay, that's what you want when you're done a fillet. You don't want to leave any meat on that fish. Now what we're going to do is we're going to skin them. Alright, so we have our two fillets. I've cleaned my fillet knife off a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, if you can see here, I'm pushing this almost down flat. And that's what we want to do when we're on this fish here, okay? Is we want to start here nice and flat, okay? And then once we get a piece of the tail that we can, a piece of the skin we can hold on to, we're just going to pull that skin back and forth and just move that knife up the fillet. And that's going to skin that fillet beautifully. We're going to do that on this next piece. And that's going to leave all the fin meat. and it's going to come up and give you a nice pretty fillet. So there's these 4 big fillets that we got out of this one flounder, and you see how much I would have missed had I not gotten that white side. And like I said, I do the white side first because it's a little bit thinner. The fillets are thinner. It's a little bit more delicate, and you have that when you have the back side intact, it gives you a little bit more form to get your fillet off. And so there's your 4 nice fillets that we're going to turn into fish tacos for your outdoor show cooking tip of the week next week.